Rolling on gold. Okay, let's go to setups. Okay, as we approach this morning, okay, how do we trade a flat market, a chop market? We all know how to trade a trend. We know when we first log in, we look at the 5-minute chart. That's our most important chart. We have a 1 minute over here, and then we have our 89 tick entry chart. Well, the 5-minute chart we know is the most important chart. And how we trade that is that we trade it based upon, as far as the trend goes, we have to establish if it's trend or a chop market. And how we do that, we look at the magenta MA. If the magenta MA is angled up, we are in an uptrend. If it is angled down, we are in a downtrend. If it is flat as a pancake or horizontal, we are in a flat market. In a flatter chop market, we sell the high and buy the low on the first test of LVA and HVA. If you look at these points of reference, we've had great trades this morning so far. It has hit HVA right here multiple times and hit LVA multiple times this morning. Now we're anticipating a breakout of this level, okay? So once you hit the first test of LVA, great buy. This recent sell for you traders that traded at 7:45 this morning, that worked out great also. So now we're looking for a possible breakout at 1608.50. And that lines up with my symmetry dots at 1608.70. So we're looking for a number 2 breakout here coming up. Okay, we've had number 1s this morning, so we're looking for a number 2 breakout. We only have 3 possible setups on MarketProfile every morning. We're going to need to trade a couple hours a day. Now we're looking for a possible number 2 on a breakout on the upside or a breakout to the downside at 1606.30. So either case scenario, we're looking for a breakout of this symmetrical wedge that's forming. Oops. So that's what we'll keep an eye on this morning. But the real key to trading in the trading room is looking at the possible market profile levels as possible reversal levels. So we had number 1s this morning. When the market's flat, you just trade number 1s. Number 1s is a first test of HVA, which are the red dots, and LVA, which are the green dots. Those were number 1 trades this morning. Okay, it's been number 1 on both sides of the market. Some days, like the last 2 days, MarketProfile will stop it to the tick. It did it at 7:45 yesterday. Day before, stopped it right to the tick for a reversal. We're going to go over that in a second, how to do a number 1 in trend days too. But see, that's how you trade chop. You trade chop, you keep trading the number 1s, right? Number 1s into chop until you break out into a number 2. A number 2 is a breakout trade where we use the symmetry dots in the 89 tick to pop in the trade. Okay, so it's been a number 1 morning, all morning, on gold this morning. It's forming a symmetrical wedge, so once you form a number 1 on a flat market on both sides, you form a symmetrical wedge. And this wedge is formed, and then all of a sudden you break out of the wedge. Right, there's your wedge. In a flat market, you always form a symmetrical wedge. There's your wedge. Now we're in a tight wedge. As we get closer to the apex, we get skinny. We get lower highs and higher lows. We'll start skinnying down, and then we'll try to break out at 1608.70, and then we'll try to break out at 1606.30. Now we got news come out, unemployment claims, so we got coming into news, but this is how you would trade it every day, with or without news. This happens even without news at all, and you trade the same way. Remember, there's only 3 setups we do in the trading room. But I want to show you something real quick while we're waiting on a breakout. Because I want to show you that the 5-minute chart is the key. If you look at the red levels, these are your sell levels in flat markets right here. It's that simple. These are your buy levels in flat markets, the green levels. This is where the order flow, the institutional order flow is right here, low value area, and the high value area is institutional order flow to short. Well, that's a flat market. How about a trend market? Let's take a look at yesterday. I want to show you this. I'll mark this up for you. Check this out. How cool is this? Now look at this yesterday. We had a number 2 breakout. See how we're in a downtrend yesterday? We're in a nice steady downtrend. Our philosophy totally changes. Okay? Our philosophy totally changes. Gerald, is that better on the microphone? Our philosophy totally changes. Okay, so we look at in a downtrend. Then what we do is we only take shorts because the moving averages cross down. Okay, and we're in a downtrend, Angle down. So what do? We sell number ones and we sell number twos and number threes, right? A number two is what? If the market's too weak to sell the number one is sell the HVA on the first test in the downtrend. Stopped it to the exact tick twice yesterday. Look at that. Right to the tick. Right to the tick. And this was after the FOMC report right here. That's how important these market profile levels are, and you have to understand that. You trade what you understand, and you understand this is where the order flow is. If my market profile can stop it with all that volume coming in, you know it's one heck of an indicator because it lets you know where the order flow is. Stopped it right to the volume spike. Look at that volume spike. Right, stopped it right to the tick, right to the tick, right to the tick on the number 3. But it's easy. A number 1 is if you're in a downtrend, sell HVA, sell the red, sell the red. Right? A number 2 is if it doesn't make the red, then you break down below the green, which we're looking for right now, then sell symmetry dots below the green. And then number 3, once you break the LVA, retest the LVA for a retest short. And that's as simple as it is. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 setups. So now what we're doing this morning is we're looking, these are all number, what, 1 trades, right? These are all number 1 trades. Okay, let's get this back up. So now we're trying to break through. We're trying to break through as far as the breakout phase goes, okay? So you can have these symmetry dots in your own charts. We have these available for Ninja to help you with your entry. This is available for Ninja right here. So we do have this, so we can put this on your own charts. Okay, it's simple as 1, 2, and 3. We have a signal line trade coming up. Okay, a signal line trade is this trade coming up. I only like taking these with trend. If we break out, I only want to take it to the upside. Okay, the auto trade was 4 for 4 yesterday after oil. It really took off slow. Then it came. It took 4 10-tick winners, and all the runners got stopped out. But what it will do is what I'll be releasing, I'm putting a trend filter in it to only take 5-minute trend. You can have it on or off, but the blue dots are buy, the red dots are sell. It's that simple. Okay? And what we try to do is capture the momentum with trend. Trade it like the opening range, like we do at 9 o'clock on the New York session. On the opening range, we like to take it with trend. We hit that one yesterday. Had a nice opening range trade on crude with trend. We'll do the same thing with the opening range on gold this morning. But you want to see the energy right away, and we want to take the ones with trend only. And we'll look at that here this morning also coming up. The signal line, if you're not used to trading it, do not trade it until you get used to it. It's very fast. It's not like our number 1, number 2, number 3 trades on market profile. Those are very easy to see. You got a 15-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute, sometimes an hour heads up where to buy and sell. So I'll leave this up here for this morning in a couple minutes of news. Unemployment claims, I have this up every Thursday at 8:30, and we'll make sure we take advantage of that also. Guys and gals, I'm going to add to this video this morning. Okay, in the previous video, I said we're looking for a big symmetrical wedge. We're looking for a breakout on a number 2 trade. A number 2 trade, what is our targets? Okay, it did exactly what I thought it would do. Here we go. We had a big wedge. Number 1, you sell the highs HVA, buy the lows of LVA in a flat market, range market. I said in the last video, we anticipate a number 2 breakout below my symmetry dots. I only had 2 levels to look at. That's it. 2 levels to look at. Either I short here if I close below, or I buy here if it closes above. That's it. Only 2 places to go long or short on a number 2. Right? Number 2 is a breakout above my symmetry dots. It closed 2/3 candle close above. Right there. That's my close above right there to the exact bar. Then what do? Once we know that, we got to find out our target. Okay? Our target's going to be, the ultimate target's going to be, you scale at the symmetry dots. All right? It's even really fast, not even, it was so fast you couldn't even scale, is that the overall target would be your 5-minute roller. Is right here, over here on the 5-minute chart. Look at 16-12-60, how it stopped it. Look how pretty that is. There it is. There's your trade setup. That is a number 2 trade in a flat market that you anticipate after doing number 1s. And that's what you do. That is a huge move from the breakout of number 2 all the way up to 16-12-60, and that was my top. It's that simple, trading from a flat market to a number 2 trade. Gerald, go over to oil now. Now we'll look at oil. Oil, I said if we break here, look for the breakout. I said look at 29 as our break. Why? Why 29 is a break? Hasta la vista. Look at it go up. Look at you oil traders capturing this move up. Why? We got rejected here at my major resistance. We're in an uptrend. So what do we do in an uptrend? We'd never short in an uptrend, right? Only if new market profile comes up, it gets inside of it, we can take a counter move. If not, or if we have a previous high day failure trade, that's the only two times we like to counter. So there's your rejection. All you got to do is stick to the rules on these. I said look for a number 2 trade on oil. Number 2 trade is a buy breakout. And when we know it, we get a buy breakout right there. Right above my symmetry dots 29. There's your buy breakout. There's your move up to the upside. So we just got to stick to the rules, guys. Stick to the rules and let a number 1, number 2, 3 trade come up. That's all we do. All your trades should be predicated off my market profile, which is 2 signals, the red and the green signal, and off of my rollers, right? Sometimes you get a hedge fund trade, like we get down to 89.90 today. Here's another setup that I'm looking for today. If we do happen to get down to 89.90 and this trade fails, right, and we start going back down in oil and the runner has no legs, I am a buyer of 89.90 on oil. The first test of 89.90, I'll be a buyer. It should bounce real nice at 89.90 on the upside since the moving averages are crossed up. There'll be a number 1 trade all the way down to 89.90 down here. So we'll look for that this morning. Remember, always anticipate what your trade is. This is not after the fact baloney, right? You always got to look for number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2 trade constantly while you're in the market. And that way you're ahead of the game and you can take advantage over your trading opponents. There's a number 1 we're looking for all the way down here, right here. So always anticipate what your next setup is. That way oil and gold doesn't move too fast for us, right? The reason oil and gold you want to trade over the S&P and all this other baloney is, yes, it's fast and it's volatile, but if you know your setups, it's not fast. It's not. You can get in these trades because you use that 5-minute for your setup. There's a hedge fund level here, my green dash. There's an LVA. I want to be a buyer at that level. There's a number 2 breakout. We don't sell 29. We look for the breakout at 29 if it wants to run. If it fails, then we'll look for a number 1 trade here down 89 to 90. It's that simple. Okay? All right, guys and gals, I'll be back in a few. That's what we'll look for in our next setup. Good job. We're off to a great start this morning. And remember, we'll look for number 1 at 89.90.